Alright, let me see if I can do what I did earlier better.
UFOs definitely represented an aviation safety hazard. There were many cases documented that showed that. And yet, the government didn't seem to care.
Mary Murphy finds that while the U.S. government has closed its eyes on the matter, the public hasn't stopped seeing or believing.
The U.S. government closed its formal study of UFOs in late 1969.
The cases that required investigation, none of that went away. And so people stepped in to fill that void.
Recorded by civilian researchers, they showed that the phenomenon was continuing, that it was extensive, that it was widespread.
I mean, look at these people are saying. Look at these documents.
Alright, let's see if we can get it like it did before.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Yeah, just like before.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott.
Come on with the bullshit.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
I turned to the most credible civilian researchers because they were the ones doing the work. The National Aviation Reporting Center on Anomalous Phenomena, NORCAP, was founded by Dr. Richard Haynes, who was a former chief scientist for NASA. Hey, Dick, can you hear me?
That's okay.
Sure, it's good to see you. What is your reflection on, looking back at NORCAP, like why?
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
Now a 2nd and 2. They go to Elliott again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. What he's showing, past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
So for Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the ground, it's the rookie from Texas Tech. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
You don't see too many cornerbacks coming up with hits like that in the running game. He announced his presence right there and knocked him back for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
This now a 3rd and 4. Throwing, Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone. This time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Handoff coming left is Vaughn. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. Now a first carry here for the running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now Prescott. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And his kick here is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. A first carry for Rashad White. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Mayfield. Looking downfield for Godwin. They've got his man complete.
Get the fuck out of here,
He makes it
man.
all the way down to the 31. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 48 yards.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Throwing, Mayfield. Here's White. They set up the screen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
First down, here's White. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw, Mayfield.
Good deep.
Comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. In motion left, Godwin. Mayfield down. That's complete to White. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Mayfield. That's to his running back, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Here's White. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for them.
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown.
Fellas.
Rashad White His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
Yeah, that's a nice play design right there. He's going to fake the give, then roll out. And he lets his back leak out toward the pylon. And how about the throw? Right where he needed it to be for him to catch it in stride. He's able to take it into the end zone.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Let's go, fellas. We already was winning the early game. Have to blaze up.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Fights forward at the 20. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Prescott now. That one complete to Elliott.
Yeah, man, I need to see blocking, bro.
There. And 3rd and 8 now.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted.
Come on, man.
Winfield Jr. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Mayfield off the play fake.
Okay, there we go.
And it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Second and 9. Here's Prescott. Got Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Inside give to Elliott. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Prescott.
Come on, man. Where am I blocking at?
Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott.
Damn.
Early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
I should have fucking took my early dub I had going. God damn it. What they gonna try to do? I think they're gonna try to pass it first.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got room at the 30, and he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Mayfield to throw it. On the left side, a catch by White. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second and 6 from the 10. Going right side is White. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Let's go, D. Step up.
Now Mayfield.
Damn, I'm going fast.
Sacked back at the 22. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. And this a 39-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Now a 2nd and 10. Prescott.
Damn, Dak.
Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Following the interception, Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll go up the middle with White. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again, because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Mayfield looks to throw. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
Can't pass the shit.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining.
Fuck that up royally.
The final action of this first half.
You got to tighten up right now.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter.
Man,
This is the NFL,
helping.
and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better.
Gotta get set, boy.
Keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
From the 31, here comes second and a yard. They'll try the right side here with White. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. He may go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Trey Palmer, his first touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So they connected on a short pass on 3rd and 1 to pick up the first, opting not to run it. Well, there was a lot of run after the catch all the way into the end zone.
On these short yardage plays, you often get man coverage in the secondary. Not every time, but oftentimes you do. So if you decide to go ahead and throw the ball, once they get away, especially on one like this, short pass, but now he just takes off and goes. How much rack did he end up with at the end of that one? Run after catch all the way into the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
This a 2nd and 8. Prescott to throw it. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
Oh, it's time to give real credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. Able to hit his target Lamb. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen. But he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. And now off to the races.
I needed that. That's exactly what we needed, baby.
Inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. It certainly worked, but that was a gutsy call to go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, not sure I would have made that call, but give them a ton of credit for deciding to go for it and not only doing it, but doing it in fine fashion. Takes me back to this summer when we were touring camps. Remember we watched them practice, and they worked hard in these situations, and they blocked it up perfectly.
Defensively, they were so worried about the line of scrimmage. Once he got past that first wave of tacklers, goodbye. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's good for 28 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They run straight ahead here with White. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
In motion left, Godwin. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mayfield. This is White on the screen.
Good
and
deep,
he got
man.
blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
This is my good defense right here. What do you call it?
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin.
There we go.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Vaughn on 1st and 10. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and a little more than a yard here. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Elliott running left. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations.
Funky off.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he whips that one incomplete there.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jake Ferguson, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Aubrey now for the point after.
Man, I
no
almost
sweat.
fucked
He
that
puts
up.
it through, and we are tied here in the fourth.
Defense is a must, fellas.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. So it's some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
What? Huh?
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 2. They stay on the ground with White. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. He'll dump this one off here to White. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That one a disaster, a big loss there with 2nd down coming up. Well, let's call that a less than ideal play on 1st down.
No doubt about that one, because that was a situation of just digging a deeper and deeper hole for himself, and it ended up a big-time loss.
Turn it up.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. From the gun, Mayfield. As he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Down here.
To throw, Mayfield.
Oh, good shit. Panic button. Good shit.
Past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. come up now. This is 2nd and long. Mayfield down.
Great
the defenders have to
defense.
feel pretty good, even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense. They actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple of touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well, I think Lady Luck was on his side.
Mayfield. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. Here it is, 4th and inches. Mayfield keeps it himself, and I'm not sure he got there.
Wow.
Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here's 2nd down. Again, it's Elliott.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Two yards still to go. 3rd down now. To throw, Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. Now Dak. That's caught by Tolbert. And he'll go out of bounds.
But I ain't catch that bitch.
Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Runs through the contact. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Boy, missed tackles. That could be their downfall, Charles.
Yeah, they actually let him out of bounds there. Instead of the clock continuing to run, they let him out, and it turned into another timeout for him. Not good at all.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Now they try the right side here. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Here's first down. Vaughn, they'll try the left side. Shreds the tackle. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here. Wow.
Did you see them hold up four fingers at the start of the fourth quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The fourth quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Aubrey now for the PAT.
Fuck.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is.
All right, they got 2 timeouts.
Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line.
30 seconds. That's some defense.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Baker. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. Down to the 10. And he is in as they have tied it.
Man, that hurt my motherfucking feelings.
Of the fourth quarter. The dramatic score to tie it, and now they just need the PAT to get the lead late fourth quarter.
So much for the touchdown maker. It's all about the extra point attempter. And I can't wait to see how this one turns out.
So they're not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. And they have got the lead.
Yep.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
So close, fellas, so close.
This is 1st and 10.
Ooh, he's giving us a chance, though. Nope.
Now Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there.
Damn, I
Not
needed
just for
this
himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Three ticks remain. This is it here. One last shot now for Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This ball intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it.
Yep,
They tuned out
bad
the
clock
crowd,
management.
kept their heads,
That's what did it for us.
executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Tampa Bay, they moved back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle
Take a break.
Seahawks. Meanwhile, for
camera because it's about to die. So I'll have it back at you after we get some time. Let's go. Y'all know what it is. I'm with some of these, man. Out here with 9, 5, 6, 11, 12, 8.